Good morning, class. This is your instructor, Ugwu-Oju. Um, First time probably that you're going to see what I look like. This semester, I am privileged to be your guide through the news writing class. I just want to go over the syllabus, and please, at any time, if you have any questions, email me. And as you know in your syllabus, I will have every Tuesday from 9 a.m. until 10:50 be by my computer for a virtual office hour so we can have discussions. And even if you prefer a FaceTime, that will also be very useful. You note that the light in my office just turned off. It's one of those things, if you don't move, the light just goes off. So again, let me start by introducing myself. I'm Dempna Ugwu-Oju. I teach at Fresno City College, and I've taught at Fresno City College now for many, many years. I'm the person that is in charge of the journalism program, and I teach all levels of journalism, news writing, intro to mass communications, magazine publication, multimedia, but also I'm the advisor to the Rampage. Okay, so if there are any questions, not only about this class, but other journalism classes at Fresno City College, please feel free to let me, uh, ask me, and I'll try to answer them as much as I can. Okay, so for this class, you need two textbooks. One is the Inside Reporting by Tim Harrower. If you look at the module for the first week, it provides you a guide about how to purchase your textbook, because the textbook is an ebook, and it also grants you access to the McGraw-Hill site for the book, where you get additional help, additional resources, quizzes, etc. But also, the other book that you need is the AP style book. Get the most recent. You can also subscribe online. You need the style book because it is the book that we use in the same way that you've used your MLA handbook or your APA handbook. In journalism, what we use is the AP style book. And also, we're going to be doing weekly AP quizzes, and it's always an open book exam. And I would encourage you to get your book so that you will be able to use it and do well on these exams. So let me guide you through some of the things that you need to know about the class. The course has so many objectives, but also here are some of the things that I expect you to learn. Use of the AP style book, something I just mentioned. You're going to learn the inverted pyramid, which is the style of news writing. You're going to learn other types of leads. You're going to learn how to use quotations and attribution. You're going to learn more about libel and about copyright. You also have to learn what we call the 5 W's and 1 H: the who, the what, the where, the when, and the why of news writing. Certainly, you're going to learn about interviewing and how to use sources in your writing. You can't just, that's the one thing that distinguishes news writing from other forms of writing. You have to use sources, like who told you? How did you find out? Who is the expert who's providing all this information? You're also going to learn about editing and rewriting. Okay, one of the things I tell my students is to never fall in love with your first draft. You have to rewrite and rewrite until you believe it's as perfect as it could be. You're also going to learn so much more And we're going to uncover some of these things as we go through the semester. Try to visit the class site as frequently as you can, so that if there are any updates, you would learn what updates are. Try to meet the deadlines for quizzes, because I'm going to open up a quiz, but it's going to be open only for a certain amount of time. And if you miss that time, it may create some problems for you. Also, I want to talk about the news analysis, which is something that you are going to be doing through the course of the semester. There is a PowerPoint that's already been uploaded and is in the week 1 module, and I want you to go and check it out. That kind of tells you how to do this news analysis. It's very, very simple. You read an article in the Fresno Bee or the New York Times, it could be online, and you analyze that news. You're not analyzing the news for the news itself, but you're really looking at the way it is written. For example, you look at the lead. What type of lead is this? Is it a good lead? Does it drag you into the story? Does it make you want to read the story? You look at the transitions. Does it seem well connected? You look at the sources. Do you think that the writer has used enough sources? Should he or she have used different ones? You look at biases. Do you think the writer is biased in the way the story is presented? You look at quotations. Are these good quotes? What kind of quotations? Are they all direct quotes, or are they also indirect quotations? And also, you're prompted to make a judgment. Do you like the story? Is there something that the writer should have added that he or she didn't add? What do you think he could have done differently? What would you have done differently? Is it a good story overall? Okay, so you're going to do a total of 8 in the course of the semester. And I really don't think it's a bad idea to start, so that if you do it incorrectly, those ones will not count against you. We will discount those marks and you get a chance to redo them. Mind you, I don't want you to submit more than 1 a week. And since we have about 16 to 17 weeks, the earlier you start, the better off you're going to be. Okay? So, deadlines need to be met. We are very, very strict on plagiarism and any form of academic dishonesty. And so please be aware of that. And also, towards the end of the semester, I will tell you that you may have opportunities to do extra credit. And it's in your syllabus. Go and review it. And it tells you that there are 2 possible ways. If you can get your work published, let's say in the Fresno Bee, or sometimes even in the Rampage, assuming you're not already one of the Rampage reporters, you will get extra credit. Also, you could use your story and make it a multimedia kind of story by doing video or audio or still photography, packaging it in a way that it can be published online. I will give you extra credit for it. Okay. Also, we're going to have some of these discussion boards and topics. Try to be as cordial as possible and respect everyone's right, and do not use any profanities, and respect everyone's right to be here, because they too are members of this class. Okay, so I also want to talk about some of the things that you should expect. Weeks 1 and 2, we're dealing with the history of journalism, and I think it's really, really important that you know how the early journalists created these opportunities that we have today, how they managed with the craft, the styles of writing that they did, some of their failures, and some of their victories. Okay, and in these first 2 weeks of class, I really want you to spend as much time as possible going through some of these PowerPoints on the AP style, on news writing basics, on how to do your news analysis. And again, feel free to ask me any questions, and I will be more than happy to review them with you. Okay, you're going to do a total of 11 stories in the course of the semester. Okay, each one will be assigned, but they are right now in the course schedule, which is again in the first week module. So please go through it. Look at, for example, there are 2 general assignment stories. There's a story on speech where you go and you cover a speech. There's a story on covering a meeting. There's going to be a sports story. There's going to be a crime story. There's an obituary. There's a press release. There is a personality profile and an opinion story. And the final story that you do in this class is an in-depth reporting. And with each one, I will always give you the lectures on Blackboard. I'm sorry, not on Blackboard, on PowerPoint. Explain the lecture, give you examples, give you a lot of the tools that you need to complete that assignment successfully. But again, with any questions that you may have, feel free to ask. And I am more than happy to help you. All right. So I am going to be signing off, and want to let you know that if there's any way that I can be of help, to please let me know. Thank you, and nice meeting you all. Make sure that you go to the discussion board this week to introduce yourselves. I think it's kind of interesting, and also respond to other students' introduction. Okay, bye.